I've been cheated on, man. And like, I ain't got time for none of that no more. I'd rather have all my money and make love to my money instead of making love to other women.
My money.
Truth is, can't nobody stop us. Truth is, can't nobody stop us.
Yo, welcome back to Mentality. I am Austin Carter.
And this is your co-host, Lee.
I think we got a good conversation today, bro.
Man, I think we got a great conversation today, especially it's real game that we about to give, real information.
I'm telling you, free game.
Hey, and it's free. 99.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So let's get right into it, man. Sacrifice.
That's a big topic. Sacrifice.
Man, I think a lot of people don't even know what sacrifice is for real.
I don't think a lot of people understand sacrifice because, you know, it takes sacrifice to make sacrifice. So that in itself, you know, that's a whole different ball game.
You know, I ain't even gonna front, bro. Like, I feel like that sacrifice means so much more than what we think. And I kind of just want to jump right into it. Like,
yeah, jump into it.
In order to sacrifice, simple, plain, in the most layman terms that I can be right now,
right?
You got to be willing to give up something for a time or period to be able to move into the new season or whatever you want. Like, simple.
I'm telling you.
You got to give up something.
And when those seasons come, you know when those seasons come because
For sure.
everything else isn't working out how it's supposed to be going. And it's saying, hey, like a caterpillar going to a butterfly, you're going to have to change. You're going to have to transform, you know, and you're going to have to let that old self go and gain a new self to get to a new point in your life. So just with sacrifices, man, what are you willing to give up for what you asked for and what it's going to take to get there?
That's a good question. I think I'm going to start out with you.
Okay.
Are you willing to sacrifice for what you want? And what are you willing to give up to get there?
I'm going to be honest with you. Was I always willing to sacrifice? No. I think that is something that you have to learn and develop as you go through different things.
Hold on now, Lee.
Come on.
There ain't no book out here telling us how we supposed to learn how to get there. So you're going to have to really expound on that for real, for real.
So when I say that, man, I just saying like when you go through life experiences and you realize, man, I'm stuck in a perpetual state and I'm not getting the results I want to get.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got to change. Then you got to pivot your moves, you know? So now it's like, how do I get that? And that's when you start to think like, you got to sacrifice. That's when the sacrifice, that's when the meaning of it comes to fruition. I don't think you just born with like, I'm a sacrifice when I get older, but I think you develop it over time. And
Right.
That's what makes you.
So would you say that in your development, you're going to have to go through trials to figure out how to sacrifice and what to sacrifice?
Absolutely.
Because like, I always grew up thinking that, man, look, if I got to give up too much, I'm not going to go through with it. You feel me?
Man, I'm telling you.
That was my mindset. So I understand where you're coming from when you say that you have to be able to go through it and learn through it to be able to get it.
But you got to think like this. Majority of the households, you know, especially like low-income households, we're taught to hold on to what we have and don't let go of what you have. You got to hold on to this forever because we're not used to having much, right? So why would you sacrifice anything that you have to get more? So you're going to hold on to what you have and just keep that. And that keeps you in that box. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that box is closed lid too. So you can't even see outside the box, man. It's definitely a challenge, you know, and then like just teaching people how to sacrifice and how to have that mentality on sacrificing and giving up something to gain something better.
Man, I'm gonna give you a story real quick because I remember when I was in college and I was talking to this girl and I always say like, I need you to sacrifice and spend time with me. I need you to sacrifice and spend time with me. And at the time, I'm just like, man, whatever. Like, it's all about me. I feel like I was the alpha male. But now that I look back on it, I realized that if you want to grow into anything or grow into the person that you want to be, you got to sacrifice who you are. Now, what I mean by sacrifice who you are, you're going to have to give up them childish ways. You're going to have to be able to go without.
Right.
Be able to like be fruitful and be frugal in a lot of sense. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I really understand sacrifice because of my mistakes, right, in life that I made. Because if I would have been a little bit more patient, if I would have held back a little bit longer, if I would have worked a little bit harder,
right,
I promise you, I could have obtained a lot of things. But at the same time, though, if I didn't go through that, if I didn't sacrifice like I didn't, I wouldn't be here to understand that. So, like, I believe it all kind of coincides within each other.
Right.
But
No,
I
you're
believe that if you want to get to where you want to be, a sacrifice. Look at bodybuilders. Man, these dudes are jacked
They
up,
dedicate
looking like
their
the
time.
Hulk. Man,
Yes.
these dudes sit up here and they eat 5 times a day, and they cut carbs, and they go work out crazy and lift all this heavy weight.
And that take a lot too,
bro.
That
what?
takes a lot.
I'm telling you, mentally, it's draining. But
Right.
when you sacrifice in order to be great,
Right.
you know what I mean? It's all gonna be worth it, you know.
So I think like this, right? When it comes to sacrificing, I think the only thing that we really have is time. How do you sacrifice your time with the people that you love or the people that you actually need? And I think that's another topic about people. Like, I gotta spend time with my family. I gotta spend time with my girl, my kids. But I also gotta dedicate time to this because this is what's gonna take us to a different level. So what do you think about that?
I believe that people really can't see themselves in their future, so they can't go visit it. You know,
Right.
I remember on the first episode, man, you talked about how Dame Dash was saying that you got to go visit the future.
Yeah.
And then you got to come back to the present, and now you got to work towards that.
Yeah.
A lot of people can't think that far.
Right.
So it's kind of hard for people to sacrifice because they can't see the real end goal. They want the end goal.
Right.
If a billionaire came and said, hey, look, bro,
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you how to be a billionaire, but it's not going to be easy. I need you to do A through Z, everything I tell you.
Just step
That-
by step.
I guarantee you that person won't do that because within that A to Z,
Right.
it's gonna be trial, tribulation, or heartache.
So they might
It's
be
gonna
able to see
stress.
into the future, but
You know
they
what I
see
mean?
them obstacles they're gonna hit. They see them obstacles they're gonna hit. Like, nah, man, I'm gonna go back over
I'm
here where
out.
it's safe.
I'm
I'm
gone.
gonna go where it's safe.
Yeah.
Man. I know what this like over here. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
So nah, I commend you for doing that, but nah, it ain't my.
And that's a lot of us. Like
Yeah.
a lot of times, like we create this fear that ain't real because fear is usually stuff that ain't happening.
It's an illusion.
And you're just and you're just you're pinpointing on this fear that ain't happened yet. So a lot of
Right.
times, man, we got to push past our limits and we got to go sacrifice. I'm gonna give you an example of somebody that I really look up to.
Okay.
That I think is a great definition and a great example for sacrifice.
Who you got?
LeBron James. LeBron James,
The GOAT.
since a teenager, you hear me?
A GOAT.
Teenager has been sacrificing. Teenager that's been not only creating different businesses,
Bro.
not only being one of the greatest basketball
Mogul.
players in the world.
Yes, sir.
He sacrificed. Like,
Yeah.
I bet you right now, LeBron James has missed a lot of time seeing his sons play basketball, seeing them
did.
grow up in the household, seeing all different type of pinnacle moments in their life.
Right.
But at the end of the day, what that
Yeah.
entails is that he is going to give them a great future for what he has sacrificed. So now,
Right.
I know his oldest son is like a junior or a senior in high school, and he's one of the best basketball players in high school right now. But if it wasn't for his dad's sacrifice,
Taking that time.
who
Right.
knows if he would still have the same opportunities that he has now? You know what I mean?
And I also think, man, even when you sacrifice, right? Just say you might be the black sheep in the family to break the barriers
Yeah.
of all the generational curses,
I'm definitely
right?
the black sheep.
You know what I'm saying? Look, look, check me out. But yeah, just say you the black sheep in the family, man, and you go through it and you break all those barriers. You go to different levels, and even though you sacrifice that time away from your family, now you can give your family the opportunity to be better going forward. My son has information that I had to go through to get that he don't got to take 10, 15 years to figure out. Because that's how we figure out life, bro, just going through, bumping our head. So the more information I get, the more I can pass down.
For sure.
The easier it is for him. And I
For
think
sure.
that's the main thing that we have to do, especially when we have kids.
For
You know,
sure.
to pass that information down.
For
Hey,
sure.
I'm headed to Houston. I'm headed before you, right? So while you coming up, hey, check out. It's a roadblock right here. You might
That's a
want to take a
fact.
detour.
That's a
You
fact.
know what I'm saying?
And that comes from you going on that journey.
Yes, sir. You
And that
gotta go on
comes
that journey.
from you actually going through the process. So I feel like that sacrifice is so important because you got so much value to give
Man.
simply by you just going through the process of sacrificing.
Just going through the process.
But we can't get it messed up now. I want to be transparent.
What?
If I sacrifice and you don't expect the same outcomes. You feel me?
Oh yeah. No. Nah, you can't expect the same outcome. If I'm sacrificing
Yeah.
and you just benefiting off
Yeah,
of sacrificing.
for sure.
It's taking a lot out of me to get to this point
For
anyway.
sure.
So yeah, nah, at all.
Yeah,
but,
for sure.
But check this question out right here.
Okay.
When you sacrifice, is there a backfire to your sacrifice? You know what I'm saying? Just say you was in a relationship and you sacrifice all that time away. You say, hey, I got tunnel vision on this goal. I gotta get there. You know what I'm saying? And they might be like, hey, I need that time.
Yeah.
is there a backfire to sacrifice that you're willing to take to get to where your goal is or your vision is at?
Absolutely. 110,000%. There's
No
backfires.
questions asked.
No question. No ifs, ands, or buts.
Yeah.
And the reason why is because when you sacrifice,
Right.
expect to lose something. You know, expect people to not want to wait. Expect people to give up on you. You feel me?
Right.
So there's definitely backfire. Bro, I mean, I want anybody that's watching right now, bro, like,
Right.
whoever watching right now, you have to understand that those people are not meant to be there. When you sit up here and better yourself,
If they're not bettering themselves with you, because
expect to lose
it's a
them.
two-way sacrifice. You sacrifice, and the person that you with is also sacrificing, and y'all gonna meet at the same road and head down the same journey. Now, if that
Facts.
journey splits, hey, it's okay. It just wasn't. It
wasn't meant for you. So, like, expect to lose somebody simple.
Yeah.
Family,
Yeah.
friends, associates, people that you thought you love. Expect that, bro. And it kind of like leads me into the next thing I want to talk about, because where relationships and sacrifice sometimes doesn't mix with people, because they treat it like oil and water, right?
Yeah.
They treat it like a thing of like, listen, I'm your guy, you my girl. If you're not with me 100% of the time, 24 hours of the day, if you don't call, text me, I can't be with you.
But what do you think that is, though?
I really believe that people have this attachment, like people have this womb mentality of like, if you're my person, I have to be around you 24/7.
Yeah.
I have to see you every day. I have to, which granted, listen, I believe that, you know what I'm saying, in a relationship, communication is key, right?
Absolutely.
You know, but I need communication when you really ain't got nothing. But I feel like that if you're working towards something that's greater, that is going to better you and your spouse or your family, or even just yourself for real, I feel like whoever's with you and they can't understand that sacrifice, it's not meant for them to understand, but it's also not meant for them to be objective and try to knock you off your journey because you're sacrificing.
Hey, and I think that happens a lot. I think people
Every day
will intervene in what you have going to say, like, hey, well, you don't spend this time with me as much as you dedicated to what you're doing. Let me interject. Let me throw some stuff out there to alter your mind to make sure that you don't really follow that path. You kind of veer back here. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to be cognizant, because people can get in your head, man, and change your perception about what you say you wanted, which takes me back to self-love and self-discipline. You know what I'm saying? I gave myself an objective. What's stopping me from hitting that? What's blocking you?
I gotta complete that.
I have to complete it. Just give me a little time. I'm going to complete it.
Facts.
And I believe it enough to say it's going to happen. I don't care what it's going to take, but it's going to happen. And I want you to be a part of that. But if you're not, you know what I'm saying?
How do you handle your emotions when you're sacrificing? Because me personally, I kind of look at sacrificing like going on a diet in a sense, right?
Yeah.
It's like putting yourself through a lot of, I won't say, you should put yourself through a lot of challenges in order to get to where you want to be. How do you handle yourself emotionally? Because I'm pretty sure you go up and down. Like, I remember being a truck driver. I remember standing on the road for months at a time, trying to make money because I'm trying to provide for my family. Emotionally, I was everywhere because I'll be motivated because I knew the end goal, but then I'll be sad and I'll be like, well, I miss my kids and this, that, and the third. And then I also think about like, well, if I don't do this, they don't eat. They don't survive. Then also, I'm thinking about like, well, man, I'm tired. I'm ready to go home. So like, how do you handle yourself emotionally when you're going through that sacrifice process?
Me personally, bro, I understand my emotions. I don't try to suppress them. I don't try to ignore them, because I think emotions are a real thing. And as men, I think we never taught to deal with our emotions. Suck it up. You're a man. Keep going. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes
don't cry. Don't whine.
Don't do anything that's not manly from society.
Oh, you crying? Oh, you better wipe your face.
Okay. And you hurting on the inside. You dying on the inside. You know what I'm saying? But for me, I learned how to understand my emotions. That way I can reassociate my emotions. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm doing something that's taking a lot of time away or a lot of energy away from me, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay, well, I know I gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? How am I positively thinking about this outcome to where I can get a result? You know what I'm saying? So just understanding your emotions and how to associate those emotions, I think that's the key thing. But I think a lot of people ignore them.
Let me ask you this, because here recently, and it's all gonna be tied into each other.
I got you.
August Alsina going viral right now, right?
I seen that.
And the reason why I bring up this young brother, shout out to August Alsina.
Shout out August Alsina.
Man, I bring him up is because I see a lot of emotional distress that he has been through over the years, from all the relationships with Jada Pinkett,
exactly.
Smith, Will Smith's wife, and the only reason why I bring him up because do you think he sacrificed his own true feelings in order to please someone? What's your thoughts on that for real? Because I feel like that he sacrificed a lot and he was very vulnerable and he's still being vulnerable now, which I think is really good for us as men to be. But do you think he sacrificed too much in that entanglement that he had with Will and Jada?
Right.
Or Jada Pinkett Smith?
Right. I just think I think he did. He blocked a certain part out to put a bigger emphasis on his career.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like his career is more meaningful than me expressing my emotions or me finding the love that I want. You know what I'm saying? And hey, anybody can love anybody. You know what I'm saying? So, go find that. But I think he blocked that out because of how the world will perceive him. You know what I'm saying? So in that token, I do feel like he kind of hid that from the light and was not true to himself.
So do you think that he blocked off his feelings when he was in entanglement with Jada?
I feel like he did block his feelings off.
Would you consider that a sacrifice? Because sacrifice can be good or bad, right?
Yeah.
Sacrifice doesn't always mean that you're going to get to the end goal. It should be, but
Right.
also a lot of people today sacrifice what they need to do for the now. And what I mean by that, people don't go to work all day every day.
Yeah.
I remember being a young adult and I'm calling in because I'm trying to do some foolishness around town, but I know that's not what I should do, but that's a sacrifice, right?
Nah, it is.
I sacrifice my paycheck being lower for a short fulfillment. So my question is, do you think he sacrificed who he really was inside to please this older woman in Jada Pinkett Smith?
Absolutely. I do feel like he sacrificed what he, what he internally felt. And I also think she might have been somebody that understood him too. Even though it might not have, you know what I'm saying? Because I guess that's why the big breakup and all that stuff happened, right? But she might have been somebody that understood him and kind of been an outlet to his emotions that he might have had pent up inside of him. You know what I'm saying? So who knows what they know? You know what I'm saying? Which is it's their business, but sometimes somebody that understands you might have a different emotional connection to them.
Right. That's real. Let's scale it back to the real world, right?
Yeah.
Would you sacrifice love for success? And keep this in mind now. Whichever one you pick, you have to live without the other. So if you pick success over love, you can't be happy. Like you find no happiness. But if you pick love over success, you can never be successful in no regards, financially, nothing. But you will have your dream person, you'll be in love.
Oh man, that's a tough question, bro. Like I think love is a good thing, right? I think everything is centered around love, but also success is a good thing because of the world we live in.
For sure.
You need that to get certain things in life and to help other people.
For sure.
For me though, personally,
I think we need the music. I think we need the music for this one.
Cut it up.
Cause I think this about to get real.
Hey, y'all finna see some real right now. Look, y'all finna see the real.
Nah, but go ahead.
Me, bro, I'm willing to sacrifice love for success. And it's not for a monetary value that I'm saying success, right? Because I feel like love changes. You can be in love one day and not in love the other day.
Right.
Now you gave up everything for love when, you know what I'm saying, now you can actually help people and you still got like family. I don't know if family going to it, but now like relationship wise, I'm willing to sacrifice love. I know it changes, it might come back around, but I know one thing for sure: if you're successful, there's so much you can do outside of love. So for me, bro, I think it's success over love.
So let me be very, very clear before I answer this question. I do believe that love is very important, and I do believe being successful is probably as equally as important, right?
Yeah.
Because you almost can't have one without the other. Because
You can't really.
if you talk about love, you can be in love with a lot of stuff. money.
Yeah, look,
you know what
look.
I mean? I mean, I'm just being 100.
Now
with
you
you.
broke
Like,
it down.
You feel me?
You
So
broke it down.
it's subjective to
it is.
the person.
Right.
So I would pick personally success over love.
Okay.
But the reason why I would pick success over love, because I feel like that you see people all day, every day, been together 40 years,
Yeah.
in and out of love. You know,
Divorces come, breakups come.
and with that being said, I feel like that if we pinpoint that as a foundation or basis,
Right.
to like our own selves, I feel like it'll change every day. But one thing that's not gonna change.
Whether the economy go up or down.
Hey, bring. This a light company.
Yeah.
I can't pay my bills this month, but I love you.
What they say, love don't pay the bills, right? I got some love. Can y'all put me on credit for that? I ain't gonna hang up in your face, man. I can't put no love.
Man, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
and just in the society that we live in,
Right.
And if we're talking about true love, us finding our person, I will pick the success over
Yeah.
the love simply because I know that me being able to take care of myself and take care of my responsibilities, it'll make up for anything else.
It will
You know
make
what I
up for a
mean?
lot.
If I had to live without the other, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I
that's
can't
a
have
long
it-
look. That's a long time to live without.
That is a long time.
especially if you experienced it. You like, I can't ever have that
Fact.
again.
That's a
but now I
fact.
got this. But do you think at a certain point in time, the material things that you can buy becomes mundane because you've had so much access to it that it's just what it is? It's like, okay, well, this is another car. This is just another house.
I mean, it does.
Because me, I'm gonna say
It
this
does.
real quick. I think love makes things more what it's supposed to be. Like a house is a home. You know what I'm saying? I can go buy a big house, but without like the love in the house, it's just four walls. You know what I'm saying? So now, like you said, success and have that, you can no longer have that for the rest of your life. It's a hard decision. I can't lie, it's a hard decision.
Give me the money. Give me the money.
Hey, I might have
the
my
money.
moments. I'm gonna have my moments. I can't lie. I'm gonna have my moments. Wipe them tears that bread.
Oh, here's a $100 bill.
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, but like,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, that's if I had to live without the other one. If like the optics were still the same, like me had to take care of my responsibilities as if they are now,
Yeah,
definitely I'll pick the success. But I will tell you this, I
you
would
got?
pick the love if it also meant giving up the people that I care about and that
Yeah.
I have relationships with. I would definitely give it up
Yeah,
if
that's a
that
different
was the
sacrifice,
case.
too.
You know what I mean?
Right.
If that was the case, if I had to give up okay, I'll be broke because
Right.
I'd rather be happy seeing the ones that I love. So that's just how I feel about it for real. And I kind of want to get some calls and kind of see what they feeling on it, bro. What you
I
think?
think that's a good topic. I think people have a hard time with that one too.
You think so? Well, how about
I
we
think
find
so.
out? Hey, caller. I mean, you tuning in with the Mentality Podcast. Where you calling from and what's your name?
My name is Gary, and I'm from Houston, Texas.
What's up with it,
What's up,
Gary? How's the weather out there in Houston right now?
Man, it's a little chilly, but you know what I'm saying? We're going to survive. We're going to
Put a little jacket
survive.
on. We still in Texas.
Yeah, you put a little jacket on. Hey, Gary, so check it out, man. We have an interesting topic going on right now, and the question that I have for you is, would you rather be successful or would you rather be in love? But keep in mind, Gary, I know y'all from the H. I know y'all, you know what I'm saying, country boys, but you got to live without the other one. So if you pick love, you cannot be successful. So you're going to be pretty much broke. But if you pick success, you can never find happiness, never find your one. You can never be happy with no human being on this earth. What's your answer?
Man, look, that's kind of tough, but I'm going to have to go with being successful because being successful, man, like, that's a blessing because why would you want a girl to give all your money to? Like, why you have all this to yourself? Why would you do that? Like, that's so stupid. Like, no, I would want to be successful because I would want everything to myself. I don't want to share none of that. I mean, I can be selfish, and I can swear people can hate me for that, but I don't care about that. Like, I'm successful. I got everything that I want. I got everything I need, so why find love?
All right,
Period.
so you sound like a man that's been through a lot of heartbreaks right now. Are you picking
Right,
up what I'm
I
putting?
have.
You
I
understand?
So you telling me right now that you rather be lonely for the rest of your life and never find your person just for the money?
Right. Definitely going with that.
Okay.
Because
man.
women now, like, ever since I was younger, I've been cheated on, man. And, like, I ain't got time for none of that no more. I'd rather have all my money and make love to my money instead of making love to other women.
My money over. Money over. We can't do that.
Say, man. Hey, you keeping it real, though.
Hey, you keeping it real,
Keep it
Gary,
real.
and I appreciate you for that, man. So listen, we gonna have to make sure that you call in and let us know if your circumstance changes. Maybe you might find love one the next day or two, but I definitely appreciate you for calling in and giving me your feedback.
Oh, yeah, most definitely.
I appreciate you, Gary, man. Y'all stay cool out there in Houston.
All right, man. Appreciate you.
All right, well, what you think about that? Gary said he'd rather make love to his money
Man.
than make love to a woman. How you feel about that?
Say, I can understand. You know what I'm saying? He been through it. You got to
Yeah.
go through it to get to it. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Look like we got another caller on the phone. Hey, caller.
Hey, how y'all doing? This
Hey.
is Brittany.
Hey, how you doing, Brittany? Welcome to
What's going
Mentality
on?
Podcast. So we asking a question, right?
Okay.
So this question is, would you rather be broke and happy or successful and lonely? But you can only pick one, right? And
Right.
it can only be that you'll be miserable if you're successful, but you'll be happy and broke.
Okay.
So what's your take on it? What you think?
I think this is a really good question because depending on your existing mindset, you could think
Mindset.
money will solve all your problems, right?
Right.
Mindset is key.
But the reality and the ultimate goal to life, I think, is peace, love, and happiness.
That's
And
deep.
plus, God wants us to be happy, right?
Absolutely.
So at the end of the day, I choose broke and happy.
Broken
yeah,
and
I
happy?
mean, so when you're happy with, let's say you got a
Okay.
partner, okay,
Okay.
and you're happy with the right person, you'll basically gain like a sense of clarity, and your mind is kind of free.
It's like fulfillment in a sense.
Right. So it's like you'll get to a point, like if you're a boss by nature, of course.
Right.
Y'all will come together and eventually think of ways to get rich.
But that's the thing right there. Ain't no more of that. That's the question, you know what I'm saying? But you gotta be
One without the other.
one without the other. So
There you go.
So broken, happy, successful, and miserable for the rest of your life.
I'm definitely
Taking
choosing
love.
broke and happy.
Absolutely.
Even if he
that's
can't
my
go
final
take you on a
answer.
trip or nothing.
Yeah, even if so that mean no trips. That mean
No
life
hair-
is the same.
You ain't getting your nails done,
No
your hair
nails
done.
hair done. Minimal dinner dates. Cause
If you're not happy with yourself, no amount of money is going to.
I like that.
I agree. I agree. I think that's an excellent. You brought up an excellent point.
I
and
like that.
I definitely think that's a good way to look at it. Because at the end of the day, I feel like love does conquer all.
There
I
you
like
go.
that.
There you
That's
go.
a good.
I
Absolutely.
agree.
Well, Brittany, I appreciate you tuning in to the Mentality Podcast. But definitely, if the circumstances do change, just definitely give us a call. Let us know.
I sure will. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brittany.
She made some really good points. If you're not in love with yourself, the amount of money don't even matter no way.
It don't.
That's really the first time I ever heard it put that way.
That's a different
If you're
perspective.
not happy with yourself, no amount of money is gonna make you happy.
I don't think any amount of money. But is that a part of the question too? You know what I'm saying? Like love and broke, right? But is that
Right.
love with yourself too? What if you hate yourself and then have all the money? You know what I'm saying? I think that's a different part of the question too.
I think we ought to add that in there.
Make sure y'all call in too.
Tune
Definitely
in.
we like y'all opinions on these topics.
Hey, caller, you tuning in to the Mentality Podcast. What's your name and where you from?
My name is Sammy. I'm from San Antonio, Texas.
Okay, shout out to San Antonio.
San Antonio.
How's the weather out there tonight?
It's actually good. It's not too bad. A little chilly, but it's
Everybody
okay.
saying it's chilling.
Everybody saying it's chilly.
I need my jacket on right now.
So we got a real good topic that we're going back and forth with, and I'm gonna ask you: would you rather be broken in love, or would you rather be successful? And keep in mind, whichever one that you pick, you have to live without the other one. So if you're gonna be broken in love, you ain't gonna go into the nail shop. You're not going to go get your hair done. You're not getting all these finer things in life. You ain't even about to get a decent meal, but you're gonna be in love. But you're gonna be pretty much eating sandwiches and boiled water. But if you pick success, you getting everything that you desire. And with that being said, which one are you gonna pick?
Oh, you know what? That's a real good question. That's a real good question.
Yeah, definitely.
But I'm gonna have to take the love. I'm gonna have to be broke.
Okay.
It's women versus men.
Broken in love all the way. I'm sorry because you know what? With success, it comes with too much. Like I feel like people with success, you gotta go through certain lengths and do certain things to get to that type of status.
Right.
I feel like with love, I mean, I'm not gonna have everything that I want, but at the same time, you know, I'm gonna have a significant other. We're gonna go through this together. I'm not by myself.
I really respect
like,
that.
I respect that.
Yeah, like with success, you're gonna be able to travel, go out and do what you want to do, but you're gonna be doing it alone. Like you're not gonna have nobody.
Be on the beach by yourself.
Hey, that's a really good, interesting point. So what you saying basically is that if y'all had to live in a cardboard box, you living with the person that you in love with. You don't care about nothing else.
You sure right. That's love my man, and I'ma stick beside him.
Hey, you got to.
Hey,
oh man,
I respect that, and I want to thank you for calling in, and we appreciate you. Listen, if the circumstances changes, please call back and let us know because I'm very interested in seeing if it changes. Because, hey, me personally, I only got a certain many amount of times for me to go walking barefoot on the grass before I say, you know what, give me the money quick. You hear me? So, thank you, Sandy, for tuning in, and thank you for calling.
Of course, and thank you guys for having me.
Absolutely.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So, I mean,
so now it's like men versus women.
I mean, that's what I feel
what
like.
do we really want?
I'm telling you, bro.
Hey, it sounds like a difference.
So tell me this, bro. Do you think it's just a man versus woman thing? Because tonight so far, we got two women on the same page. They talking about love.
Two women.
And right now, our guy called. He talking about give me the money.
Give me the money.
So what you think, a man on woman thing, or just, you know?
To me, it's what it's looking like. It's looking like a man versus woman thing. We might just want different things. I don't know.
I mean,
but is that really what we want? You know what I'm saying? Maybe we just don't know what's in store on the other side. I don't know.
I think men are scared.
Scared of what?
I think men are scared to not be financially stable.
Absolutely.
So they go sacrifice love every day.
Hey, and you made a good
Real
point.
talk.
You gotta think how much pressure it is to be a man, especially a successful man.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
for sure. You know, because most nowadays, man, they want men to be G.I. Joe soldiers.
Yeah, you gotta
don't
do
cry,
everything.
don't show no emotion. So I feel like that it's also coming from a mental standpoint, mentality.
Mentality,
You
y'all
feel
check
me?
it out. Look.
You feel me? And I feel like that most
Yeah.
men's mentality is to be a raw, to be
Yeah.
solid,
Solid.
to be like, know what? I got to be financially good,
Right.
and I ain't worried about no love.
And I think that's a good thing, bro. But are we missing out? You know what I'm saying? Now you got all the money in the world.
Are
you
we
missing
missing
out?
out?
It's two sides
Are we
to the
missing
coin.
out?
It's always two sides to the coin, right? But it's all in one coin.
Are we missing out as men? Are we missing anything when it comes to like how we operate as men? Should there be a mechanism inside of us so
Right.
we can be able to operate better?
I do feel like it should be a mechanism. Okay, all right. Let me ask you this: operate in what way?
Operate as far as like, should there be anything inside of us for us to operate in a fashion of like be more emotional? Should there be a thing that we wear on our sleeves to say if you push this button we can now show our feelings? Like, what is it? Because most men, bro, we're not doing that. Most men that I know, we're not that vulnerable, you know, and we think that if we can't work, we ain't gonna eat.
Right.
If we ain't providing, we ain't, you know what I'm saying, man, we hiding. You know what I mean? So like, is there any kind of mechanism that we need to adapt as men in order to like figure out, okay, are we even operating efficiently?
Yes, I do think it's a mechanism, and I think that mechanism is trust, right? So especially if you with somebody, if you with somebody, you're supposed to be able to trust them. That's your confidant. That's the person that you confide in every night. That you trust enough to keep your secret safe. Like, hey, this is me. I might show the world this, but to you, I'm gonna show you this and everything. You know what I'm saying? So now, if you don't trust that person to give that to them, bro, you'll be a rock your whole life.
I feel that. And I kind of want to get somebody else's opinion. So let's
Yeah.
answer this last call and let's kind of see where they head at.
Yeah, let's see that.
You know what I mean? Because right now we got two women saying the same thing.
Two women.
Let's see what the last caller gonna say.
Let us know what y'all think.
Hey, Colin, you tuning in to the Mentality Podcast. What's your name and where you calling from?
My name Dwayne. I'm calling from Oklahoma City.
What's going on, Dwayne? How you
What's
feeling,
good,
brother? Oh, man, I can't call it, man. We just got an interesting conversation going right now. And the question I would have for you, Dwayne, is would you rather be broke or would you rather have success? But being broke, you will be able to be in love. But being successful, you will never be able to find your person. You'll have all the financial things that you want in life, but you won't find love. But being broke, you're going to be pretty much living in a cardboard box, but you're going to have your woman, and that's all you get. So what you rocking with, Dwayne?
Man, look, this how I see it. Man, give me the money. give me the money. Man, forget the love, bro. Give me the money. You know what I'm saying? While you on this earth, you need money to live. You know, love ain't gonna put food on the table.
That's true.
Love ain't gonna put clothes on your children's back.
That's true.
Nah,
That's
give
true.
me
That's
the
a good
money.
point, man.
So let me get this right. You're saying that you gonna sacrifice being lonely forever?
Yes.
Wow. He didn't give you time. He said yes.
Yes.
But kind of expound on that a little bit. Like, you don't think love is important?
I mean, I do. To me, love is very important, but you don't necessarily need it while you're here, do you?
I never heard that put like that before.
I never heard that nobody say.
I mean, love is a want. You want to be loved, but money is a need.
Gotta survive.
You need that.
Gotta survive.
You got to.
I think he broke the.
He hit the nail on the head.
He really just opened up a new perspective.
Yeah, he did.
That I haven't heard so far. So you telling me that money is a need and love is a want, because everyone wants to be loved, but people may not be loved. But while you're living here, you have to provide and you have to be able to like have money to live. That's kind of that's dope. I never heard that before.
Exactly. You can't take it with you when you leave this world. But while you living here on it, you need it.
That's really deep. I ain't gonna
You
lie.
don't need love, you just want it.
That's
And
deep.
me personally, I'm 30 years old. I'm not even sure if I done found true love yet or not.
Wow. That's a good question.
But I
What
don't
is
think
true
it's
love?
money, though.
What is true love in your opinion, Dwayne? Or is there such thing?
To me, it's very rare. You might not even find it these days. To me, people don't love unconditionally no more. Like, you gotta have something or provide something in order to be loved.
There's a condition, right?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, everybody not like that, but that's how it is, especially with social media nowadays. Everybody, give me the money.
Okay, man. Listen, Dwayne, man. We appreciate you for taking out your time, man, tuning in and answering that question. You really gave us something to really think about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, man, we appreciate you. And if your situation change, if you end up switching or changing your mind on the subject, man, we'd love to have you back, my guy. And thank you for tuning in and calling in.
Definitely.
Yes, sir. No problem.
All right. So he kind of just opened up a good point.
That was a great
He said
point.
that you need money.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you don't need love.
But he also said you can't take it with you. But what do you leave behind? You know what I'm saying? So Is your impact to people more important than the things that you acquire over time? Now it's getting pretty deep, y'all. Make sure y'all comment.
But is your impact more important than the intangibles that you leave behind?
I think your impact is. I think overall we are here to pass along information, right?
Right.
Because we go through experiences in life, right?
Right.
We tell those experiences, whether we having just
Right.
talks, you know what I'm saying? Y'all sitting outside talking, or you giving game to your younger nieces and
But are you
nephews,
talking
or-
about it from a financially standpoint? Because
No,
I'll
I'm
give you this
saying-
right here. What if you had this great uncle, and he left you $1 billion,
Right.
right? Is that more valuable than him leaving you information, knowledge?
Depending
What's
on
more
that-
valuable?
Either information or $1 billion. I would say the information. For me personally, I would say the
Right.
information. The only reason why I would say the information is because if I get any amount of money anybody can leave me, there's no resonance behind that. You know what I'm saying? And with a mindset that you leave me behind, you know, if he got $1 billion, he might have left me $1 billion worth of game. You know what I'm saying? So
Or $1 billion worth of problems?
yeah, look, which one?
Hey man, everybody talk about $1 billion worth of game, but ain't nobody talking about the problems that come
They
with
come
it.
with it. Yeah, nah, it's a
For
whole
real
different subject.
Telling you. So
Might have to be the one for next show.
I mean, like, yeah, I definitely think that, and I think we'll kind of wrap it up with that. With that being said,
Yeah.
and I just really want the listeners out there to really understand that sacrifice can come in two ways. You have to know how to identify the correct sacrifice for yourself. So for the individual, whichever way you're going to sacrifice, make sure it's beneficial. Because if it's beneficial, you'll know, because the outcome is going to like direct you in the path to where you should go. So I just want people to understand that make sure you do your due diligence and understand that if you're going to make a sacrifice, vet that journey, vet that path, vet that time that you're going to sacrifice with that person that you're going to sacrifice with, and make sure it's going to be the right thing, because you never want to sacrifice for the wrong reasons, only for growth.
Yeah. No, and like you just said, for growth, you know what I'm saying? When you sacrifice, you want to make sure that sacrifice is benefiting you.
Yeah.
If that sacrifice is going to take you back the opposite direction, then you might want to reconsider it. So, you know, just take time and go back and see what's the pros and the cons to any situation that you're in, and what you have to lose to gain, or what you have to gain to lose. You know, either way, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? We all got to go through trials and tribulations. So, you know, it's all a learning curve, but try your best just to be ahead of the curve, if that makes sense.
Right. So with that being said, man, this is episode 2 of Mentality. Make sure that you are validating yourself for your own personal reasons and making sure that you're growing every day.
Absolutely.
And we out.